that let me sleep in their car. There was a gym owner that let me sleep in his gym sometimes. I was blessed that way. I didn't have a car, so sometimes I have friends that take me to work, and I've always worked night shift, so I would work all night and get a ride to the gym or get a ride to the beach, sleep at the beach, and then go to training the next morning. So I did it for a long time, and then I had a long distance relationship on Facebook with someone, and she told me to move out to Kentucky. We've known each other since I was stationed in Virginia in the military, about 2010, so that's what, 10 years ago. So we've known each other since then, and so I did. I moved to Kentucky and didn't have a plan. I just, kind of just went with it, and things didn't go the way I expected, but I had two kids out of it. So I got me a place, and me and the kids, and I just started really trying to push my career in fighting. And at first I took a lot of fights that I probably shouldn't have taken, but I did it more so just because I wasn't scared to fight anybody, any weight class. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted to fight. And I never really had that manager to tell me, hey, you need to take more fights if you want to, make this a career. And I kind of just fought whoever, whenever. That's always been my mentality. And I still kind of live by that. I don't shy away from anybody. I'll fight whoever. And but I just been more motivated because my children now have kids, so I want to live as an example for my kids. Like, no matter how hard you go through in life, like, you can always overcome things, and that's something I've always been able to do my whole entire life, is overcome adversity. So being homeless was nothing. Being homeless was just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of motivator to like get my shit together. I don't know if I can cuss. I'm sorry, but that's
No,
just
you
kind
could
of like
no.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
Um, being homeless, and I met my mom 5 years ago for the first time. So, seeing that, being by yourself, and not really having family to help you out. It kind of like gives you that. I live in the I live in a little bit of service. I don't know if it cuts in and out.
Yeah, it was cutting in and out for a little bit.
Yeah, it should get better like within like a minute or so. It's just like this area that I'm passing through. There's a lot of trees that cuts like the service or whatever.
No worries, no worries. But I mean, obviously, I was super drawn to, you know, your story. I mean, obviously, there was some craziness that happened in your life, but you stared everything in the face. You were contemplating retirement, and people were telling you to retire. You were kind of in your car, and then you somehow toughed it up. You had the fortitude to get through it all, and to kind of reap the rewards that you have in your life right now. What do you attribute your strength to?
What do I say that one more time?
I said you've been through so much. Like, what do you
Yeah.
attribute your strength to? Where did you get that?
Ah, man, you're gonna kind of laugh at me, but I grew up. I grew up listening to Tupac, bro, and he's been my idol my whole life, know. And so it's just kind of like growing up, looking up, idolizing life, and that's kind of just what I did. I've always, women coming in and out, and being on your own. And I just smile. I'm like, man, you don't just work hard for nothing. You know what I mean? So eventually, I'd work hard, and people used to laugh at me all the time or make fun of me, but I'd work hard and just eventually a door opened, bro, and I just took it. Like a door opened, I take it. Like, let's go. And, and, and that's kind of like how, trying to be there for you in life that you kind of like brush them off, you kind of push them away. But I think for me, I kind of just took that in, because I never had anybody. So I kind of like took that in. A door open, bro, every time. I don't know. It's crazy.
But I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and what you've been able to do with your life thus far, and become a champion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's uh, uh like the first time I had it was kind of like the more success I was getting, the more haters I had. It's like it was crazy, bro. But I don't know. Some people learn to some people take that a little too hard. Like some people take that like personally, and it kind of lets them affect them. And for me, it was just like I'm from LA, so you can go ahead and run your mouth. Like that's nothing new to me. So I've learned to just use that fuel and just put it in the gym and just prove people wrong. Like people doubt me my whole life, so I just try to prove them wrong. You know what I mean?
And prove them wrong. You did. You've come with successes. And especially the fact that you branched out. Moving to Kentucky and basically instilling a new life for you and your kids. And that's got to be something that you got to be proud of.
Yeah, man. I honestly, out of all the accomplishments I've had my entire life, um, being a dad's probably my favorite. I would choose being a dad over fighting any day. Fighting is something I love to do. It's kind of who I am. But being a dad I think, is just what I've been born to do because it's just so easy for me. I never had a dad, so I know what it's like not to have a father or whatever. So I use that love that I always wanted and that love that I dreamed of having, and I display that to my kids, and I just give them everything that I never had. So it's kind of like people who don't have anything and then get something that they never had. They kind of like they cherish it, because they never had it before. As for people who always had it their entire lives, had it easy, a lot of those people normally take things for granted, And for me, I live every day for my kids, so that's something that will never change, never.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, I mean, like I said, there's so many people that are going through such crazy times in their life, especially in the last couple months. For somebody that's essentially dealt with extreme adversity, what can you give as a message of hope to people that might be not in the best place right now?
Especially during this pandemic, man, it's really hard. I've seen people. I actually know some people that are really going through a very hard time financially, and was still waiting for their unemployment and things like that. The best thing I can say is find a hustle that you love to do and kind of just go for that, man. Like, there's times where I had no money. I didn't eat for like two days because I didn't have anything. And I would literally go to people's houses like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I'll clean your backyard, or I'll do this, I'll do that. I'll clean your house. Like, I've washed people's cars before. I've, picked their trash. I've, picked up leaves, mowed yards. Like, I've learned to just hustle that way, and I know it's harder now. It's a lot different now, but I feel like it's not the end of the road. Like that's one thing I've learned is like no matter how hard it gets, no matter if you can have like no money whatsoever, there's always like some type of light, and it will find you. I don't know. It's crazy how it works. It sounds stupid, but for me, that's how it's been, dude. Like it's always been some light, and I'll like the door open and boom, I'm doing good. I'm back on my feet, and with a blink of an eye, and I had nothing. There's one point I think we had like negative $600 in my account. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause we couldn't pay all the bills. We had no money, couldn't pay all the bills. We had 2 kids, and we had no money, no parents to help us, and so there was a light. There's always been a light.
No, that's. I mean, again, it's something that I think a little bit of grit does everyone a lot of good. In terms of life expectancy and quality of life, because without the bad, you wouldn't know the good. And you, my friend, are doing good right now.
Yeah, man. I don't want to sugarcoat things, dude. Like, I was battling a really, really, really big depression for quite some time now. I went through a really hard breakup with my last. I went through a really hard breakup with my last ex, and it kind of really affected me pretty bad. It's kind of why I didn't fight for a whole year. That and just supporting my kids. I was going through a lot between my past relationship and the mother of my kids, and it kind of really put me in a very bad depression state. And so I had to find something that was going to help me get out of it in like a positive way. And so I used fitness and training to kind of get out of that state of mind. And luckily, it took me quite some time, but luckily I was able to get out of it and just be happier and focus on my kids and train and kind of just live my life and not have to worry about depending on somebody else to make me happy. And that's what I was doing for quite some time. I was depending on, my ex-relationship. I was like hanging on to her for happiness, and that wasn't the case for me. It just backfired and made it worse. So anybody who's going through the same stuff, I'm telling you right now, your best bet is to make yourself happy first, instead of trying to force the other person to be happy. Make yourself happy, because yourself matters more than anything. So that's something that I've learned.
Absolutely, dude. I know you got to get out of here, but definitely for people to harness the positivity of Ruben Warr, where can they find you on social media, my man?
Yeah, man, I am horrible on Twitter. I don't even know my Twitter name. I'm horrible at it. I made a newer Instagram. It's like a year old, so it's War MMA 145. Obviously, Facebook, Ruben Warr. You guys, if anybody ever is going through some stuff, I've probably been through it. And if anybody needs advice, don't ever hesitate to contact me. I want to pray for everybody who's going through a hard time. I've been there. I'm, still going through there and just pushing through it. So, yeah.
Dude, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Definitely go follow him on social media because I have, and he's a fun, positive dude. But Ruben Warr, thank you for joining us here on According to Woods. Dude, much love to you and your family.
Hey, much love to you, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
I appreciate you. And thank you guys for watching. We are out.
All right.